Hello, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here with you in Barcelona and share my experience with testing Telegram as I would say, UA channel or game community building channel. So that's the topic that we will discuss today, how you can unlock this channel as your broader strategy of the growth for your game or app. Before that, let me introduce quickly myself. My name is Ramiz. I'm coming from Belgrade. I say for myself that I'm a passionate gamer and biker. I enjoy playing games and riding motorcycles. And in the free time, I build exciting strategies for mobile game developers and app developers across the world. I work as a head of UA at GameBiz Consulting. And other than UA, we are helping clients with the different sources of growth, engagement strategies. We are a small and capable team. And not only UA, we are helping people with the ad monetization, financial management, and business development. But I'm not here to sell myself as services. I'm here to share you something interesting and beneficial for you. So what's on the agenda today? First of all, I want to discuss and speak more about Telegram opportunity and why people are kind of overlooking this as their channel of the strategy for the UA or community building. Then I'll share you some successful use cases and also some cases that we tested it for our clients, and actually how this traffic is cost effective, what are some risks and challenges, and why you as a game or app developer should not miss this opportunity. So when it comes to the opportunity, I think there are three things that people are not aware about it. First of all is how big is the Telegram user base. Second of all is how it's compared to the other networks. And then in the tests, how it stands versus, for example, some big names like Google, Meta, etc. So if you take a look about Telegram growth, we can see that actually they have like 900 million monthly active users and more than 100 million each quarter, I think, new downloads, which is insane number. And when we compare that to the, I would say, other popular messaging apps like WhatsApp, WeChat, and Facebook Messenger, you can see it stands right there at the top as I would say, fourth most popular messaging app. But there is a difference as well. You can see that Telegram, based on this year-on-year growth of 40%, is really taking the market in these messaging apps, while, for example, these other apps have some smaller growth, like 2 to 5%, which is reasonable because they are already that big and they cannot grow that much. But also there are several other reasons why this is happening. Various privacy concerns. WeChat is only popular and mainly popular and available in Chinese market. Facebook and WhatsApp are kind of connected because they have their own, I would say, ecosystem. And here, Telegram is actually providing an alternative. What additionally is different is on Telegram you have opportunity to advertise. On all other ones, you cannot choose just that one. For example, messaging placements, you can use it only as a broader strategy. So you cannot, for example, target only, I want to show my ads only on the, WhatsApp, WeChat, or Messenger. You can select them as a placement, but will not be that efficient. So when it comes to the use cases, I think everyone are aware of the hamster combat and their success. But if you are not aware of it, it's a mini app that is being developed by developers within the Telegram mini apps that make roughly around 50 million. And that 50 million actually came from the various ad sources, revenue sources. 10 million from agreements, 7.5 million, for example, from Telegram ads, and 20 million from YouTube ads. So actually they built a mini game that introduce a lot of mini tasks to expand their community, where people can actually compete and play and rank on the leaderboards, with overall goal to increase the community. By big community, they can make a lot of the money. But that's most successful story, but what about someone like, for example, I don't know, you or someone who wants just to test it out and see does this make sense for them? So in this case, I want to share my story with our client, with who we had the goal, I would say a bit different. The goal was actually to prepare the game for the global launch, because our client is planning to launch the game in very competitive market, which is third-person shooter, and they are joining the market like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, etc., which is very, very saturated. So we needed to find a way how effectively to enter the market, to expand the community, to expand the presence of all media sources that we have, social media channels, in order to be effective when the game is ready for the launch. So I had a challenge because I'm a UA guy, 10 years of experience, and I was never aware, how you can buy Telegram traffic. Then I started digging, researching, and I found several ways how you can buy the traffic for Telegram ads. First of all, you can buy directly from the self-attributing networks like Google Ads, Meta. Then you can buy directly from the Telegram. Then you have some advertising networks, like you have, for example, Unity, Mintegral, whatever, for the classic UA. Here you have like AdsGram or Ads Kitchen. But also you have an option to buy directly from other publishers that have mini apps. And we tested, I think, almost all of them except direct Telegram, because it was very limited with the placements. And how that looked at the first glance, I was pretty amazed to see that when we tested one of those networks, I was expected to see the numbers. Most of the impressions comes from the, tier 3 markets, or, some countries that maybe are not main interest for our client. But when we saw the numbers, and I saw that most of the impressions are actually coming from the US, Germany, France, England, I was amazed. That was one thing. But the second thing which I was amazed is how low you can bid with the CPMs. You can go as low as $1.5, which will actually result in cost per click with 0.05, 0.04 for tier 1 countries. So it was insane. But then I said, okay, this is not enough. I need to compare this with the quality. How is the quality of those users? Remember, our goal was to increase the community with the quality members. And then we wanted to compare it, for example, in this case with Meta and the Google. And here are some real numbers for some short tests that we run. And what you can see here. So we spend around, I would say, 1K on AdsGram to get almost 20K users. And the goal here was all the users join all the social medias, follow X profiles, follow the YouTube community and everything, so we can have bigger community when the game is launched. So this was just initial test to see, does this channel make sense for us to invest the money, and how much will cost us to get one user on all social media. So on the AdsGram, you can see, okay, the cost per click is low. We get a lot of the users, but the conversion rate is not that great. But if you calculate how much is actually cost per person that join all of the stuff, mini game, Telegram channel, YouTube channel, etc., it's actually 0.9 per person. From the other hand, we can see that on the Facebook, we spend a bit more and we get less users, of course, of the higher cost per click. But we had higher engagement. You can see here the retention rates are better and everything, but still we needed to remind ourselves, okay, what is the goal and how much actually it cost us per achieve that goal. So it was $4.67, which was kind of almost 4 times more expensive. And for this strategy, for this goal, because the main goal was to expand the community and everything, we said, okay, I think this totally makes sense to invest money and test this channel more into the details. So why does this matter for you? Why this is important for you to be aware of it? I would say there are several reasons. So first of all, you can think about this as a way to reduce user acquisition cost and expand to some also good tier markets in a more profitable way. Then you can think about it as a way to increase the community. for your existing game and app. Or, for example, if you are just building the game, you can create a buzz or hype around the gaming and create the hype around it. You can also think about it to create, because I'll tell you a bit more about mini apps, because they are very, very cool and useful. You can use this approach to create a user base of the users that you can later retarget to the main game when it's ready. Or you can just choose to, I don't know, I want to increase my social media following for my game, or I just want to get early feedback for my game that I'm developing in some profitable and cost-effective manner. So I would say there are several reasons how you can do it. I would say the best way I saw people are doing it is by creating mini apps. And this is very simple. Mini apps is not something that you need to create like for 3 months and develop. This is something I would say which is pretty simple, because it's similar to playable ads. If you are from the UA, you know that playable ads are not something complicated. You just need to make it engaging and to be relatable to your main project. So, and then I'll give you some tips about it. When creating a mini app, important stuff is that you need to have the precise goal. Okay, what I want to achieve with this app. I want to, this app grow, for example, my YouTube channel, or to grow my, I don't know, Discord server where I will receive the feedback from game development, or I want to increase the mailing list for the iOS users, which we cannot never tag in the person right now, but if you have emails, you can do the retargeting. You can do a bunch of the sources, and then you can track the results based on that specific goal. Then you create as an action a mini app which is relevant to your main project. But what I mean when I say relevant, it needs to be similar. For example, if you are building a golf game, you want to make, you don't want to make a football mini game. You need to be same team, same color scheme, same everything, because when you attract those users, you want then conversion into the later project to be high. You don't want to mess it up. Then in that mini games, you can test it by yourself on the Telegram mini apps. You can see all of them have tasks. That is the way how you get that engagement. So you actually engage people to use it, to play it, and then by completing those tasks, you reward them with some in-game mini-game currency in that mini-game, but you are getting in the back the community, the contacts, the later conversions. So, for example, you can set a task for third day to be like, okay, after 3 days, join my full game to play more, to expand something different, to test something different. So that's how actually you should make a mini map, and I would say really important, it must be entertaining and engaging and not copycat of some other apps, because I also tested with some other developers. For example, they try to build something like Monopoly Go with a pixelized style and convert those users in completely different game, which is not relevant at all, So people are playing, with that type of the game, and then they were switching to the puzzle game, which doesn't make sense. So here, what is different, compared to the UA? In the UA, traditional, primary goal is always, how much and how cheap and how profitable you can increase the number of the app downloads. Here, I would say it's a bit different. It's a way to establish community about your project, and I think we should all agree about building a long-term relationship between you and your future players is always something that is favorable, rather than just converting people fast that will drop off. So I think that's a big benefit from this approach. Someone wanted to take a picture, sorry. Few risks and challenges. First of all, I had also this perception issue from the developers. They saw these clicks, these prices, and they said, okay, great, let's now have installs in US for 004. It's not doing like that. I now try to explain it. It's not, you are paying per click, while on other networks you have advanced optimization stuff where you can do the integration, etc. And you can get installs for that, not that price, of course, a bit higher price. So that is very important to understand. It's not, realistic to have those prices for that. But if you take a look as a broader part of the strategy, then you can think, okay, this makes sense for me. Second thing, which I also had as a question, some regulatory concerns. Will app stores ban me after using this, Telegram app? I don't know, is it available in my country? Should they ban, etc.? So far, I tested on several apps, no issues at all. So I think you will also not have issue. I think people having issue with the app itself rather than advertising in the way like this. And also some other, I would say, strategies, because it also happens sometimes where people see, okay, this is really great, but we get 20K users into our community and they are not satisfied with the product. And I say always to them, okay, it's good because you learn it fast. You get 20K people to give you feedback early rather than wasting like 6 months of development. So you get the feedback early and you can find out what you can improve. Why I think game developers or app developers should not miss this opportunity. I think I spoke with 10, 15 people here. And when I mentioned them that I'll be talking today about Telegram ads, no one was aware of it, that someone is doing it or whatever. It's often booked only for the gaming, not gaming, Web3, crypto, etc. Only, that type of someone will say, okay, fake schemas or whatever, but they are missing those numbers from the beginning. They have 900 billion active users, and you can test this approach very efficiently for your game. And I think that's something that is really important. And you also should remember always that it's just keep growing. 40% year-on-year growth. I think it will be there for similar to WeChat, WhatsApp in the following years. So I think testing this is really beneficial for I would say also small and medium-sized companies, because they are always looking, for some cheap ways to, to test, to see how the market will react, etc. But for example, for also bigger UA teams, I think they are missing the opportunity to use this as a part of the broader UA strategy, because they are people usually in the bigger gaming UA teams, they are blind with, spending too much on the Facebook, Google, unlocking Unity, etc. And they are not often testing something different. So I think it's also interesting for the bigger UA teams, because you are all aware about, how CPIs are getting crazy, more and more expensive. You need to increase the product value in order to be profitable. So I think there is benefit for also small and big teams. Additional ideas that I'm currently testing with some of the clients, and I want to share it with you. For example, number one is scan on iOS. So, for example, now you cannot, of course, get any data for the user's iOS, so you can retarget them. For example, by testing this approach, you can get all the user data. You create a mini app where people will give by the task give you emails or something which you can use to retarget them. Then when you put that into your user base, you can follow up the journey for that user as long as you want. So it's very interesting, and that's something that I'll definitely test. And I wanted to share with you. If you think also it's interesting, you can test it out. Second thing, for example, I got reached out several times by PC games developers that they are actually building, their PC game for 2 years. And they first of all they want to increase the users that will be on the wish list on the Steam. So what they can do? They can create actually some mini game which is relatable to their PC game and collect people that will join the wish list when the game is ready in the meantime. So that's also one, I would say, use case of this scenario in a cheap and a profitable way. And for the app developers, I think I mentioned it several times. It's very easy to build something like mini playable ad, and then to, for example, attract those users to your main game by promoting some incentive package. For example, we give you like free trial for 1 month. We give you, 200 gold points or whatever. We give you, 1 month of the premium using app. So you're actually buying cheap and then converting them into the main app just through the mini app. So there are some ideas, that I have in my mind. So I wanted to share with all of you. So to finish this talk today, and then of course I'll leave some time to ask some questions. I would say main messages here is to don't overlook Telegram as your channel of growth. You saw there is several ways you can test it out and you can buy traffic, and which one I actually use and how it was in this initial test. Most important stuff, set the goal. Don't expect, okay, let's get install 0.04 cents. I want, you need that goal to be better explained so you can monitor actually how much cost per reach goal looks like. And I think most important stuff that people are often forgetting, especially in the app community, game development community, is that building a community is really key to long-term success. So I think I'm done. 4 minutes, okay, cool. We have 4 minutes for the questions. I hope you enjoyed this insightful session, I would say, but I hope it was insightful before all. If you have any specific questions regarding this, I'm open to hear them. Please. Mike is coming.
Hello. Yeah. First of all, thank you for the presentation. It was super interesting. Actually, I really liked it. My question is that you mentioned that you were measuring that users were converting not only to your game but also to your social media.
Yes.
Were you able to measure this specific link between who is my user in Instagram and who is my user on Telegram or TikTok or whatever? Or it was more like, okay, I'm measuring that I had clicked on the link at this time, and I had a follower at this time. So
we was measuring in the mini apps persons of similar on the Facebook and the Telegram app. So it's in the mini app, like as an event tag, when the people, click to go on that social media, and in general, we was following the metrics on the platforms itself, how does it reflects. So for example, today we had, 50 users coming, does our following increased 50 on the YouTube, on the X, etc. It was bigger numbers, not 50, but you can measure it that way, and then you compare with the events. Our events, being triggered, and our user base being, increased. Often is more than that, but we count that as a, not everything related to the campaign, but also to the organic itself.
So it's more like you're studying the correlation of the metrics rather than a pure attribute.
Yes,
right?
yes. Because it cannot be 100% because it's an impact of the organic itself, but you can really have pretty. And if you pause the campaign, we tested that out as well. When we pause the campaign, that number drop, from average, let's say 100 to 200 a day to 50. You see the clear impact of the campaign into the that goal that we wanted to achieve. Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My question is a bit simpler, I think.
Okay.
So in terms of the country, can you exclude countries, or you cannot get what you get?
You can. This was, I didn't talk maybe about the targeting, but I'll give you an answer right now. So on Adsgram network that we use as a partner. It was really cool that you can use and target country specifically. Then you can target, only thing you cannot target is some event, optimization toward event, but you can target per each country. You can target users that are using the app with the VPN or without VPN. You can target, for example, high quality users that have Telegram paid subscription, which is also good if you want to, be focused on the value. And actually recently I met those people and talked with them about, how does that work? And they told me, okay, they have a bunch of the users that are using VPN. So if you want, for example, to focus 100% of the users that are specifically in those countries, you can just exclude it. And still, for example, they gave me as an insight that, for example, in the US, they have usually, 20, 30 million users when you target overall. But if you exclude the VPN, you still have 8 to 10 million. If you achieve these numbers, 8 to 10 million users to have in my app, it's totally fine. So you can do several stuff there, and you can target specific countries, and you can target based on the language as well. You can set, okay, I want users that, for example, set only, German in their app.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Please.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. And as I mentioned, I was early investor of Counter Combat.
Okay.
Number was bigger.
No,
But
that's what I found out on the public media. Okay.
What do you think about users? Do they want to play just apps and just normal games, or are they more interesting with free games?
I think, I was amazed how, they are coming back, For example, I saw in some mini games, they have better attention on some real apps, I was amazed, okay, why and how, but they get motivated, I think, by the tasks, So they get motivated, okay, I want to climb up on the leaderboard, I want to get that much points, etc. So the number for me was really surprising, So I would say their motivation is a bit different maybe to compare to the other apps, and definitely they want to play it. So we just need to use that opportunity if you want to, convert them somewhere around.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Just one question more, and we need to close. Sorry.
Hello, thank you for the presentation.
You're welcome.
Question about from the development area. Is there some size of the mini app we can upload on the site on the Telegram?
Size.
Yeah, the size.
I think I'm not familiar with what is the minimum maximum size of the app, but I think there is documentation, where you can find out. I think it's easy to find out on the Telegram websites, the precise requirements of the mini apps. Okay. We can continue after.
If you want, I can share it.
Okay. Thank you, people. One more. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.